Imagine it's 2026. You log into your bank account, and overnight, your balance is gone. Not because you clicked on some sloppy phishing email, but because of AI-powered scams so sophisticated, so realistic, you didn't even notice them happening. No hoodie-wearing hacker in a dark room, just seamless professional fraud. And here's the big question. What scams are already evolving right now that could dominate 2026? And more importantly, how can you prepare before it's too late? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly what's coming and how to stay ahead. Scams don't stand still. Every year, criminals adapt, upgrade, and find new ways to trick us. What worked for them in 2024 or 2025 is already being replaced with smarter, more dangerous methods. And 2026, it's shaping up to be the year of AI-powered fraud, deepfake manipulation, and highly targeted social engineering. That's why this video matters. By the end, you'll know the scams most likely to dominate 2026, the red flags to watch for, and the practical steps you can take today to protect yourself, your money, and your future. In 2025, we saw scams explode across every corner of the internet. Phishing emails that looked indistinguishable from real bank alerts, fake job texts that lured desperate job seekers into paying bogus registration fees, and romance scams where criminals built trust over months, then drained victims' accounts with emotional manipulation. These weren't just isolated tricks, they were organized, scalable operations that cost people billions. But here's the reality. 2026 is shaping up to be even more dangerous. Scammers are no longer relying on sloppy grammar and generic promises. They're harnessing the power of AI, automation, and massive stolen datasets to target you personally with precision. Think of scams now as professional businesses. There are developers writing malware, marketers creating fake ads, negotiators convincing victims, and even money launderers moving stolen funds through global networks. Add AI into the mix, and these schemes become faster, cheaper, and almost impossible to detect at first glance. The bottom line? Scams are no longer random shots in the dark. They're highly organized operations designed to exploit human trust at scale. That's why we need to stay a step ahead. One of the biggest threats in 2026 will be AI-powered phishing. Gone are the days when scam emails were easy to spot with bad grammar or clunky wording. Now, criminals are using advanced AI tools to generate emails that look like they came directly from your bank, employer, or even a family member. The tone feels right. The spelling and grammar are perfect. And because scammers often have access to data from past breaches, these emails can even include your personal details, your name, address, or recent transactions. This level of personalization makes AI-driven phishing incredibly convincing. A single careless click can hand over your login credentials, banking details, or even allow malware to install silently on your device. In short, AI phishing is designed to break your guard by looking flawless and familiar, and that's why it's at the top of the 2026 scam list. Another scam that will dominate 2026 is deepfake voice and video fraud. Criminals are now able to clone voices with just a few seconds of audio. Think of your boss, your spouse, or your child. They use that clone to call you, asking for urgent help, a money transfer, or confidential information. And because the voice sounds exactly like someone you trust, most people don't hesitate. It doesn't stop there. Deepfake videos are becoming more realistic every month. Imagine receiving a video message that looks like your CEO instructing you to wire funds, or a fake video of a loved one being held hostage. These scams are designed to bypass logic by hitting your emotions first. That's why deepfake fraud is so dangerous. It doesn't just target your account, it hijacks your trust in the people closest to you. Next up are investment and crypto scams, which continue to evolve into 2026. Criminals are rolling out fake AI trading bots that claim to analyze markets and guarantee massive profits. You'll see slick websites, fake dashboards showing your growing balance, and even staged testimonials. Add in celebrity endorsements, often deep-faked, and it feels convincing enough to trust. Then there's the rise of pig butchering scams, where AI chatbots play the role of a friendly investor or online acquaintance. They build trust slowly, convincing you to invest small amounts at first. Once you're hooked, They push for larger deposits until the platform vanishes along with your money. The lure of guaranteed returns and FOMO makes these scams powerful. But remember, if an investment promises zero risk and high reward, it's not an opportunity, it's a setup. In 2026, fake job and remote work scams will continue targeting millions of people worldwide. They usually start with smishing texts promising easy, high-paying work-from-home opportunities. Maybe it's data entry, product reviews, or task-based apps that claim you'll get paid instantly. It feels like the perfect side hustle, but it's a trap. Once you sign up, scammers may ask for a registration fee, training cost, or equipment deposit, or they'll bait you with small payouts, then pressure you to invest more to unlock higher earnings. The apps or platforms look legitimate, complete with fake dashboards, customer support, and contracts. But eventually, the money flow stops, and so does the scammers' communication. These schemes prey on people looking for extra income or remote jobs. The truth is simple. Real employers pay you, not the other way around. One of the fastest rising threats in 2026 will be QR code and payment fraud. Scammers are placing fake QR codes on parking meters, restaurant menus, or even mailed invoices. You scan, thinking you're paying for parking or food, but instead your money goes straight into a criminal's account. Some codes even install malware, silently stealing your data. At the same time, peer-to-peer payment scams are surging on platforms like Zelle, Venmo, and Cash App. Criminals pose as buyers, sellers, or even bank agents, tricking people into sending irreversible payments. The danger here is subtle. QR codes and P2P payments feel quick, modern, and safe, but they're increasingly being hijacked. Golden rule. Always double-check QR codes at physical locations and never send P2P payments to someone you don't know personally. Once the money leaves your account, it's almost impossible to recover. One of the most heartbreaking scams evolving into 2026 is romance and emotional manipulation fraud. In the past, romance scams relied on human scammers spending time building fake relationships. But now, with AI chatbots, these scams can run 24/7. Chatbots can learn your interests, mimic your language style, and respond instantly, making the illusion of a caring partner feel more real than ever. Victims often get caught in long-term manipulation, sometimes lasting months or years. Scammers build trust, create dependency, and then introduce a crisis, like needing money for medical bills, travel, or investments. The financial loss is devastating, but the emotional damage often cuts deeper, leaving victims with shame and broken trust. Key reminder: real love never requires urgent money transfers. If someone you've only met online asks for financial help, it's a scam, no matter how convincing the messages feel. Another scam that's projected to dominate 2026 is the rise of fake customer support and digital arrest scams. In these schemes, criminals pose as trusted institutions: your bank, the IRS, even law enforcement. You might get a call saying your account is frozen, your taxes are overdue, or there's a warrant out for your arrest. The goal is to trigger panic. Once fear takes over, victims are told to resolve the issue by paying immediate fines, granting remote access to their devices, or sharing sensitive financial details. Some scams even use spoofed caller IDs so the number looks official. The danger here isn't just financial loss, it's also identity theft and long-term damage to your credit and trust. Key reminder: real banks, tax agencies, or police never demand instant payments over the phone. If someone pressures you, hang up and verify directly. As scams evolve into 2026, the warning signs remain surprisingly consistent, and knowing them can save you from becoming the next victim. First, beware of too good to be true promises. Whether it's guaranteed investment returns, a dream job without interviews, or easy money from an app, if it sounds unrealistic, it usually is. Second, look for requests for upfront payments or urgent actions. Scammers thrive on pressure. They'll tell you to pay fees, buy gift cards, or move money immediately before you have time to think. Third, pay attention to voices or videos that feel off. With deepfakes and AI cloning, a familiar voice may not be real. Subtle glitches or unnatural pauses are red flags. Finally, be cautious with authority pressure. Scammers impersonate bosses, banks, or even the police to override your judgment. Remember, legitimate institutions never demand instant compliance. The best way to fight back against the scams of 2026 isn't fear, it's preparation. Your first line of defense is simple: verify before you act. If you get a message, call, or email that feels urgent, don't respond right away. Instead, confirm directly through official channels. Call your bank using the number on their website, or check the company's verified app. Second, protect your accounts with multi-factor authentication, MFA. Even if a scammer gets your password, MFA can block them from logging in. Pair that with spam filters and scam detection tools to screen out phishing attempts before they reach your inbox. Third, educate your family. Scammers often target the most vulnerable: seniors who may not spot tech tricks, and teens who are constantly online. A quick conversation about red flags can save them from losing money or sharing private information. Finally, stick to official websites and apps for payments. Don't trust random QR codes, emailed links, or text messages promising deals. If you want to pay, donate, or invest, go straight to the official platform yourself. Remember, every step you take adds a layer of protection. The goal isn't perfection, it's making yourself a much harder target. If you suspect you've been targeted by one of these scams, the key is to act fast. Step 1. Stop all engagement immediately. Don't reply to texts, don't click links, and hang up the phone if the caller pressures you. Step 2. Secure your accounts. Change your passwords, enable MFA if it wasn't already on, and contact your bank or credit card company to flag suspicious activity. If you've shared personal details, consider placing a fraud alert or credit freeze. Step 3. Report it. In the US, you can file complaints with the FTC, the FBI's IC3, or local cybercrime units. Reporting doesn't just help you, it builds evidence that can shut scammers down. Finally, warn your friends and family. Scammers thrive on silence, but when you speak up, you break the chain and protect others from falling into the same trap. Scams in 2026 will be smarter, faster, and far more personal, but the red flags haven't changed. Anytime you feel urgency, fear, or pressure to hand over money or sensitive info, that's your cue to pause. The best defense hasn't changed either: awareness, smart protective tools, and taking a moment to slow down before acting. Remember, scammers count on speed and emotion. If you stay calm and think twice, you stay one step ahead. You are not powerless. Every scam you spot and avoid weakens the scammer's playbook. The more you know, the harder it becomes for them to win. That's why awareness is your greatest weapon. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe and tap the bell. We share weekly scam defense strategies right here on TrustArmor. Question for you: which scam do you think will dominate 2026? Drop your answer in the comments. Your insight could help protect someone else. And don't keep this to yourself. Share this video with friends, coworkers, and family. This is TrustArmor, protecting you, your money, and your future.